I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew that hell would not have him.
Take me, but spare my friend! She's a virgin.
Got her phone number?
These videos are satiric reviews. You don't have to agree, but don't bitch about it.
Hey there, I'm the social injustice warrior, Infuso, and this is Halloween 5. Remember that shock cliffhanger ending of the last movie? Well, I hope you do, because this movie's writers barely did. Immediately as the movie starts, it begins backtracking on the events of the last one. The movie picks up exactly where Halloween 4 left off. Once again, making it feel a lot less like a movie franchise, and a lot more like a TV show.
Previously on...
That shit.
We're shown the movie's end in Michael's terrible shootout all over again. Wow, movie, how very Halloween 2 of you. Except this time with the added bonus of seeing the police force and the rednecks throw dynamite down the mine shaft that Michael fell. And wait, no. Hold up. Now I know you obviously just added this in because you realized how shit the ending of Halloween 4 was. And you know what? I'm with you. I agree. I'd do something like this too. But can someone tell me why the police had dynamite on them? I mean, I don't think any police force just walks around with TNT hanging out of their back pocket. Call me crazy, but I don't think they just pull out sticks of dynamite on people. It's not really something that's in their job description. So Michael isn't blown up, but instead blown into a nearby river. And let me just say, already, I feel this is far too vulnerable to start Michael off. This is our antagonist, the Halloween killer, the boogeyman. And your first original shot of him in your movie is him struggling against the river's current. And here's another question. Since when did Michael have a lifesaver vest underneath his janitor outfit? I mean, I gotta admit, it seems like it comes in handy, but guess I just didn't know that Michael's mechanic suit doubled as a utility belt. Also, is it just me or did Michael's mask magically change again? I mean, considering what the last movies looked like, I'm not complaining. Oh wait, no, on second thought, yes. Yes, I am. What the hell is that? Why did you make Michael an ass goblin? I mean, the guy looks like a cave troll in this movie.
You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get into that boy's hole.
How is it possible to fuck up an iconic mask so much and then to continually do it time and time again? I mean, clearly you knew that you were making a mistake, which is why on the posters to all of these movies, you don't have the masks that are used in the movie, but instead the mask that was used in the first movie. If you put it on your poster, put it in your goddamn movie. What are you doing?
Stop it. Get some help.
Did no one get the memo that people liked the first one? I mean, why fix what's not broken? Other than that guy's nose. That guy fucked up. Look at that shit. Michael makes his way back to an old cabin where he proceeds to try and kill its lonely owner. And I do emphasize tries.
Good night, dude. Good night, bitch.
Your head of security just choked himself out.
Oh god, this has never happened to me before, I swear! Also, let me just say this now, this is the worst Frankenstein remake ever. Michael Myers can't swim for shit, and now he's passed out when attempting to choke someone else out? What? A year passes, a fact I actually didn't recognize until looking back when editing this review. The more you know. Jamie elsewhere is dreaming of the end of Halloween 4, and yeah, I'm with you. I too dream of the world where the movie that you're dreaming about was made instead of this bullshit. It's a nice way to tie in the visuals from the last movie. But hey, you know what would be a better way of including those visuals? By following up with the end of the last movie, you pussies. If you're gonna show us a killer 7-year-old clown girl who inherited her uncle's murder gene, then you better follow up on that shit. I mean, don't cinema cock tease us. Also, what caused her to snap? Are we supposed to think that when she touched Michael's hand, his crazy was transferred to her? Is murder skin transmitted now? Jamie, who's being kept at the children's center, there's probably a word in between there that I'm not remembering, finds that she and Michael are connected through The Shining. She also has a horrible case of laryngitis, but that's neither here nor there. Whereas in Halloween 4, she was tormented by nightmares. Now, apparently, her and Michael have The Shining. Jamie watches as Uncle Mikey successfully kills the old cabin owner. And also, whoa, dude, sick tattoo. That's some gnarly ink right there, bro. Hardcore as fuck. I'm glad that old Mikey Myers had time to stop at the Tadpoler on his way back over to the cabin, as that's not been seen in any other movie before this. Jamie suffers from what looks to be a seizure and momentarily stops breathing. I guess. As the doctor rushes to save her, he's stopped by Dr. Loomis, the Halloween hero. And thank God he made those doctors stop resuscitating this child. Loomis, you've done it again. You're good. You're good, you. No, but seriously, you probably shouldn't have made him stop doing that. Kid could have died. And that would have been on you. Probably best not to stop doctors from doctoring. Rachel visits Jamie, and they're soon joined by the family dog and what I thought for the longest time was Lindsay Wallace from the last movie. I mean, considering that the actress kind of looks alike and serves the same purpose as the best friend, but it's not. It's not Lindsay Wallace. That's Rachel's other best friend, Tina. I guess she has a type. I don't know.
It looks so good.
Let me tell you guys that you ruined my life. My household has been torn ever since you guys started doing this. I haven't been able to do anything. I haven't been able to eat. I haven't been able to sleep. I've been having emotional breakdowns in a row. And everybody's just been hating on me.
You bunch of lying, no good punks. And I know who it's coming from because I backtraced it. And I know who's emailing and who's doing it. And you've been reported to the state police. So you better write one more thing. You'll be arrested. End of conversation. Consequences will never be the same.
Meanwhile, back at home, it seems that Rachel has a stalker. Thankfully, Jamie's spider sense goes off, knowing her foster sister and dog are in danger. Or are they?
Is Max all right?
Max is having fun. He's been...
Go check him now.
Max is gone.
Listen to me. Drop the phone, go to the nearest store, get out of the house. Quickly, now, go on!
All clear. Nothing above, nothing below.
This is not happening to me. Max!
You know what this means? Jamie Lloyd.
You are fake news.
And I don't know, I just feel like these scenes, like everything else we've seen, do more to take away from Michael Myers than add to him. I mean, I thought Michael Myers was this impulsive killing machine. He'd take out everything in his path that you set in front of him. So why is it that he's still staying hidden in the greatest game of hide-and-seek ever? I mean, this isn't intimidating or scary. This is strange. This is weird. Really fucking weird. And again, it kind of makes Michael look incompetent as a result. I mean, I guess it could be implied that Michael is waiting for the right time to strike. But why? Who or what is Michael Myers afraid of? I mean, what advantage does he have by not killing her then and there, other than adding 10 minutes of runtime to the final product of this movie. I mean, I guess it could be seen as strategic, but I don't exactly see Michael as a strategist. You know, I don't think that he's the most dangerous game type, you know? I mean, sure, he knows how to hide from police on occasion or to back away until a group splits up Scooby-Doo style. But to think that Michael entered a house, saw an unsuspecting potential victim. Yo, you know what? I better camp out for a while so I can let her escape first. But then when she comes back home, I'll jump out of the closet and then she'll really be surprised. And I'll kill her. What goes on in your head?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Bye, sweetie. I love you. You be a good girl. Bye.
So she was perfectly all right.
Back at the children's center, a boy with a stutter tries to talk to Jamie, but is promptly kicked out so Loomis can interrogate her.
You sense something, don't you? Tell me what you know.
Loomis, look, good cop, bad cop only works when you're playing with two people. And also, let me just say, you're getting kind of close there. Getting kind of close. A little too close for comfort. For both me and that girl. Maybe back away a couple 100 feet.
Right!
Well, never mind that, because eventually, and very early on, Rachel bites it.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
Oh, and the sheriff's back. You know what that means? Time to hassle him for having a dead daughter.
How many people did he kill last year? Have you forgotten? Your own daughter? I don't... No, of course you don't forget!
Loomis goes on by reciting a discount version of the Devil's Eyes speech from the first Halloween.
But you never looked into his face, did you? You never saw his eyes. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. You never saw that? Nothing? No expression? No reason? No conscience? No understanding? Blank, pale, emotionless face and...
Tina heads to Rachel's house only to find that no one's home. So she does what any good friend does and cuddles a pillow. As you do. Sammy, another one of their friends, rings the doorbell and then appears behind the door. Apparently, she's a graduate of the Bruce Wayne School of Making Entrances. Oh, hey, she might know Michael. And speaking of Michael, Tina is also apparently dating a guy by that name, and spoiler alert, he may actually be more of a dick than Michael Myers.
Michael! What? Tina, I thought you wanted to see Jamie.
Look, you're killing me, babe.
Come on, Sammy. Sorry about last weekend. Aren't you, Mike?
No.
We could go later, right, Mikey? Right?
If you want a redemption story arc, here it is. You didn't kill the brats bothering your niece in the last movie, but now here's your chance. You kill him, and there is no way that you could be the bad guy in the story. You'll be applauded. Dr. Loomis comes back to berate a child again and accuses her of protecting Michael and not just being petrified to death of him.
We both know he's alive. But you know where he is!
He even mentions that Jamie stabbed her foster mother. So wait, holy shit. That did happen. Okay, so that did actually happen. That is canon. And she's still the hero here? How the fuck does that happen? Oh, what? Wait, no, what? Rachel came to visit her, too. They didn't even bring that up once. Like she just came to visit her. Everything was fine. She's way too forgiving, if that's the fucking case. Also, what did you just say to her?
What about your stepmother, Jamie? You love her, don't you? He made you stab her.
Michael Myers made her stab her stepmom? No. We just went over this. Murder isn't skin-to-skin transmitted. She stabbed her foster mom. Michael didn't make her do that shit. She did it. Michael was blown up with TNT dynamite and was floating down a river somewhere when this all went down. He had no idea. She did that. I think you're really overlooking this. Also, how does Loomis know that she knows where Michael is? How does he know about The Shining that was suddenly added to this movie? And not really in the... How does he know any of that? The fuck is going on? Or is this just like the Sam Hain mystery from the second movie, and we're just not really supposed to question it? We're just going to act like it didn't happen. Oh, that's what we're going to... Oh, that's fine. All right, cool.
Dr. Loomis, leave the little girl alone.
And in case you were wondering, yes, Michael is still being a dick.
Don't you like the mouse just a little bit?
Friends of yours? Nice wax job. Touch the car again and you're dead.
But luckily for us, Michael will take care of that.
Trick or treat!
Oh, good! Now kill Tina next. Though I hesitate to call this monstrosity Michael, as that mask looks nothing like the Michael Myers mask. I mean, I just wish he would do something about the goddamn thing. And oh, hey! That's an improvement, I guess. Meanwhile, Jamie is performing in what looks to be the second worst rendition of Peter Pan. The first, of course, being...
What the fuck was that?
Feeling Michael's presence, Jamie faints just as Loomis arrives, ending the play immediately. Which honestly is a real shame, because Donald Pleasance didn't even get to go into wardrobe. And he would have been a great Smee. As it turns out, Michael may actually be changing his ways. I mean, he's kind enough to act as Tina's chauffeur for the night. It's really nice of him. The cops arrive to get Tina and bring her to safety at Loomis's request. Oh, great. Yeah, no. He can just disappear cars now, too. Wouldn't the... Oh, God, I'm getting a headache. Wouldn't the car have at least made some noise taking off? Like, doesn't that... What? Fuck it. Let's just... Upon seeing Tina, Jamie utters her first actual line in the whole movie.
Tina!
Which is almost a somewhat endearing moment. Until Tina starts talking again.
But he was with you.
Who?
The boogeyman.
Oh, yeah, that's one way of describing him.
Please.
Stay away, okay? You know, you're really creepy filling that little girl with all that boogeyman crap.
Tina, no!
Honey, I will come back later tonight, and I will sleep with you right here.
Be sensible.
I'm never sensible if I can help it!
Just kill her. Just kill her now. Kill her now. Mike, you do her in, and I tell you what, everything else is forgiven. I'll forget about the dogs. I'll forget about the human victim. All of that shit. Done. Forgotten. It's in the past. Water under the bridge. End her life, though. Immediately. Immediately end her life. Loomis orders a few cops to keep Tina safe, and Jamie sneaks out in her own effort to do so as well. Tina, being the responsible semi-adult she is, heads to a party.
Tina! Where's Mike? Oh, ask me if I care.
Which the cops spot Michael Myers outside from, and decide to do nothing. What do we pay these people for? God!
What do you think?
Well, orders are orders. I look like a life-threatening situation to you?
Nah.
Knowing the cops are outside, it's then that Tina and Sam devise a plan. And first off, brilliant. Totally worth your friend potentially getting shot to death over. Totally. Especially when those guys are looking for a reason to put bullets in somebody with that mask. You fucking... 10 out of 10. Best friends ever. Fucking...
Definitely not funny.
And you know what, I'll ask again. What is this costume supposed to be? And why is it so in demand that movie by movie, there's multiple people in Michael Myers outfits? I mean, it can't be sold as a Michael Myers outfit. So what is it? What can that be? Is it existential dread janitor? Regretful mechanic? Uncaring air pilot? I'm fucking baffled. What is that? Sam, Tina, and this dude run into a barn to follow a kitten, as you do, and then proceed to relentlessly scare the shit out of each other. Continually. Eventually, Sam and her boy toy... I'm not your boy toy. Eventually, Sam and her boy toy get frisky, and we all know what happens to people who dare to sex in movies. They get killed. Sex is bad. Keep it in your pants, kids. Mikey, I don't know why you're wasting your time. Don't know why you're doing this. All they're doing is having sex. Who you want to kill is Tina. Please, for the love of God, just kill Tina. But at least this movie is somewhat consistent with the first one. Michael doesn't like getting cucked here either. The kitten lives, however, further solidifying my belief that Michael is a cat person. Jamie is joined by, I want to say his name is Jake in the Neverland Pirates, on her journey to save her foster sister's friend, which is a strange turn of events, because you'd think that she'd be wondering where her foster sister was all this time, or hell, even her foster parents who don't get mentioned. Did the mom die? Did the mom die? I don't think... Whatever, who cares? Tina makes her way back to the barn for her ride home, only to find out that she may have to take the bus. At that point, she then looks for the police, only to find that she may have to call the fire department instead. Jamie and Jake and the Neverland Pirates make their way to Tina just in the nick of time as Michael's chasing her down with the other Michael's car. Jamie yells out to her uncle, drawing his attention back on herself, which she does successfully. No, Michael, you were so close to killing the most annoying character in the movie! Make a Yui and kill Tina. Michael drives after Jamie through the woods, trying to mow her down, only managing to wreck his new wheels. Which sucks because I don't even know if Pimp My Ride was a thing back then. Michael exits the wreck and makes his way back to Jamie before Tina comes back and sacrifices herself.
Hey yo, rewind that shit!
Jake, whose real name is actually Billy, drags Jamie away as the boogeyman continues to pursue her. Like the movie that came before it, Loomis runs into Jamie, seemingly out of nowhere. He then directs them to the police and asks Jamie if she's willing to help him.
Now, are you willing to help me?
Can you kill him?
Think so.
Loomis calls out to Michael, essentially challenging him and bribing him with both his own presence and his niece's.
Michael, go home! Go home!
Loomis tells Michael to return to his old home in Haddonfield, which, by the way, I'm only just now realizing how different this looks in comparison to the first movie. In the first Halloween, it's pretty much just a house. It's a regular, mundane, middle-class house. Nothing out of the ordinary. But here, it looks like a smaller version of Edward Scissorhands' mansion. The house looks like an old abandoned castle. It looks like Tim Burton's vacation house. I don't know. I just feel like this is way too much of a deviation from the original one and maybe trying a little bit too hard to provide a dark and ominous setting. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't even dislike it, but it's just obvious the change was made for that.
Gotta call Meeker. Crazy son of a bitch!
Charlie, Michael Myers is outside.
Michael makes his way into the house, and let me be honest, this to me is one of the most interesting scenes in any of the Halloween films. Loomis approaches Michael with no sign of fear or intent to attack him. He confidently approaches his former patient as rationally as he can, and for a moment, it almost seems to be working. It's so strange seeing someone, especially a withered up old man, intentionally approach Michael in any capacity, let alone to try and reason with him. Loomis tries to reason that killing Jamie won't stop Michael's rage. He claims that Jamie herself can stop his rage. He even reaches out to take Michael's knife from his loosening grip, until something in Michael sets off again. He stabs Loomis and puts him through a glass window. But again, reasonably, Who's gonna believe that that killed Sam Loomis, you know? The guy's literally been stabbed and thrown through glass before. Hell, crazy old fuck blew himself up and lived to tell the tale. You're gonna have to do more than that. Michael makes his way toward Jamie, but encounters police gunfire, which doesn't end well for the police. Jamie escapes Michael's grasp by hiding in a laundry chute. And wait, no, why do you have that in your house? Again, it wasn't even a big house in the first movie. Michael, being the cunning man that he is, notices this immediately, sending her down the chute to his dismay. Unfortunately for Jamie, the chute is locked from the other side. She desperately struggles to climb back up as Michael viciously stabs at the bottom, nicking her as she makes her way back up. Jamie finally makes her way back to the top of the house, the attic, which Michael has since taken up as his own, mainly because of the no vacancy. It's there that she finds her dog Max, that douchebag Mike, and her sister Rachel. And 3 dogs now, Michael? 3 dogs? Not 1, not 2, but 3? Now I know it's not a mistake. You're definitely a cat person. This is like an I Am Legend. Like, I was much more upset by that dog dying than any of the people. I liked Max, Michael. I'm not so sure about you anymore. I was even going to let you babysit my imaginary child. Jamie lays down in a coffin for some reason as Michael approaches her. Trying her best, she calls out to Michael, and like Loomis, it almost seems like it works for a second, even managing to talk him into taking off his own mask.
Let me see.
Which again is a really interesting choice, and it shows Michael has some short, albeit, moments of humanity. A tear falls down Michael's face, but when Jamie tries to wipe it away, again he snaps and continues to try to kill her. He chases her down the stairs where Loomis appears to be very much alive. Told you so. And why? Because old man Loomis don't take no shit. He's been around this block several times. He's got one named after him. That's how fucking old he is. Loomis uses Jamie as bait to lure Michael into a trap.
Get her! Please!
And wait, no, oh god, I don't mean to keep stopping like this, but how long has that been there? When did it get set up? How is it possible Michael didn't see any of this? These are all questions that will not be answered in this movie. But in its place, I give you Dr. Loomis beating Michael with a plank of wood, screaming die.
He's fine.
The police come and bring Michael in on charges of killing people and hating dogs. And guys, you didn't think to take his mask off at least? Pretty sure that should be standard protocol, no? Pretty sure? As Jamie exits the police station, gunfire goes off. Jamie's told to wait in the car, which again, like the movie that came before it, I'll say it, if you tell a kid to do something, they will almost always do the exact opposite. It's instinct. Jamie again leaves the car when she wasn't supposed to, like she did in the movie before, only to find that Uncle Michael is broken out of jail already. The movie ends with Jamie crying out no repeatedly. Kinda similar to Loomis in the movie that came before this. And that is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. A movie that included Michael Myers, but none of his revenge. Outside of the mask itself, I wouldn't say that this is a bad movie. I mean, sure, it can't hold a candle to the first 2 Halloween films, or hell, even the Halloween that came before it, but it still had a coherent story and felt like a Halloween movie. I will say, as the movies go on, it does seem like they become less and less horror flicks, and more the adventures of Michael Myers. People stopped watching these movies to be scared, and just started watching them to be entertained. I know that might sound like an odd critique, but think of it like this. In the first movie, Michael was more of a plot device than he was a character. We knew nothing about him other than him being a killer. And because of that, he came off as an unpredictably scary, unstoppable force. As the movies go on, we learn more and more about Michael, And it definitely takes away from the mysterious figure aura he had in the original. This is far from my favorite Halloween, but it's equally far from the worst thing the series would come to conjure up. I'd say, if anything, this is a passable Halloween movie. You know, it's tolerable. There are some interesting scenes here and there, such as Loomis and Michael being nose to nose, and him luring Michael back to his family home just to trap him. I mean, seriously, why wasn't that used in a better Halloween movie? Not to mention, Danielle Harris again goes above and beyond almost any child role that I've ever seen in my life. How she didn't get more work after this is beyond me. Throughout the movie, we see glimpses of a mysterious man in black. This isn't Michael. Well, I mean, actually it is, considering they share the same actor. But it's very evident that this isn't supposed to be Michael. Hell, the figure even breaks him out of jail at the ass end of the movie. It's also implied that some of the deaths within the movie were actually at this figure's hand. Who is he? What does he want with Michael? I got no fucking idea, but that's okay, because the writers didn't either. No, I'm serious. Both the Man in Black and Michael's wrist tattoo that we talked at the beginning of the review were only included to set up for the next movie in the series. The writers or director just put this in to keep people invested in the dying franchise. I guess they figured, fuck it, let's just let the next guy figure it all out. And how did that turn out? Well, I guess we'll find out next episode.
Somebody please let me dead right now!
Fortunately, we're lousy cops. Sorry.
So with that being said, I'm the Social Injustice Warrior V Infuso, and if you like the words that came out of my mouth hole and you too want to become a VTard, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's plenty more where this video came from. Follow me on Twitter because, hell, why not? It's not considered stalking if it's on the internet, am I right? And don't forget to join the Discord. I don't have anything catchy to add to that, but just join it. Just go do it. And if you have a free moment of time and a free $1 to spare, then head over to my Patreon, where for just $1, you too could help keep this boat afloat. And if you don't have that dollar, but you do have a free moment of time, then hit the share button. It will help me out tremendously.
VTart, oh.
I believe that you're in danger. Jamie believes it too.
Jamie's a 9-year-old girl.